You guys, do you drink beer? Do you like beer? So this is a coconut porter, right? It's from, this is not endorsed or sponsored in any way. Y'all know I just like to have a beverage. So this is a coconut porter. It's from Black Raven here in Washington. And then have you guys heard of this? Peanut butter whiskey. Have you heard of peanut butter whiskey? It's called Screwball, right? So what I have been loving to do, have you guys heard of Angry Balls? Where you take like a apple cider and then you put a, oh, by the way, always use the side of your finger when you're opening your beer. Apple cider and licked my thumb because I got some of the beer on it and it just tastes like acetone. It's nasty. Apple cider and Fireball. So good. It's called an Angry Balls. This, I don't know what this is. Coconut butter, peanut butter and coconut, peanut butter, coconut, yum 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 yum. I just take a shot of this, and I put it in. Shot. Is this a double shot? We're getting loosey goosey today, and that's that. It's delicious. Cheers, guys. Okay. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You came back. In this week's video, what I have for you is a skincare cuticle video. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do sometimes for my skincare, for my cuticle health, to help my nails be stronger and grow longer, except for her. She's a trader. And yeah, I'm just gonna share those things with you. So I'm gonna do some of it from here and then some of it pointing at my hand. So the first thing that I would do for if we're doing like an extended skincare routine, I would take a bowl, and you can warm this up too, and I would take some apple cider vinegar and some coconut oil, some MCT coconut oil, and you put it in the bowl together and you do a little soak, and soak for like 30 minutes would be preferable, but you could probably do faster than that if you wanted to. So I'm just putting, I don't know, a cup of the apple cider vinegar and just about a tablespoon, you guys, of the coconut oil. Shit's expensive, but is good. And then, yeah, I like to mix it with my fingers and just give it a little soak. So I'm gonna do that. And we'll be right back. I'm just gonna soak my fingers and then I'll come back. Okay, so after you do an apple cider vinegar soak with the coconut oil, you can take some of the hard coconut oil, just any coconut oil that you can get in like a jar, the hard stuff, and then you want to take raw sugar, the crystals, and we're gonna make a little hand mask for your hands. And this is just really gonna moisturize a lot your hands. And as you can see, after my soak, my nails already, I didn't show you before, but they already are looking much healthier, stronger. And if you do the apple cider vinegar and coconut oil soak, if you do it like once a week whenever you remove, you'll see a difference for sure. You'll definitely notice a difference. So as far as the sugar and coconut oil little mask, you just want to take like a cup. That's probably too much. Probably like half cup, 2 tablespoons. Measurements. I don't know. I'm taking about this much of the coconut oil. And then sugar. So then I just want to put, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons of the sugar in here, which smells delicious. So here's what I have going. And then you just want to kind of take your hands and mix it together. You hear that? Ew. It's so gross. And while you're mixing this together, it's gonna like melt a lot in your hands. See? It's good. That's good. So the apple cider vinegar coconut oil soak is more for your like nail strength and health, which also helps your cuticles, but you want to do it when you're removed, and you want to make sure that you're setting like your fingers into the bowl to like soak. As far as the coconut oil and the sugar goes, that's more of like for your hand skin. It's just for your skin health, your cuticles, your nails too, obviously, but mostly for your skin. What I do is I just like sit here and really just like play with it for like, you can do it up to 30 minutes. Like just sit here and let this set on your hands while you watch an episode of Friends or The Office or whatever it is that you like to watch. It feels so weird on your hands too, by the way. So we're gonna let this soak on here for a while, and then when you get done letting this soak on your hands and just, oh, it feels so good and so like bad at the same time. Why does this work? I don't know. What does the sugar do? I don't know, but I do know that it works really, really well. And this kind of thing, doing like a mask like this in the winter, you could do it like once a week, because you know, dry hands in the winter, or as often as you have time or feel like doing, you know. So I'm gonna let this set on my hands for a while, and then I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I went and washed my hands, and I used Dawn soap because I always use Dawn soap, especially if I'm gonna be doing my nails later. And already, like, I don't know if you can tell, like already, oh, I wish you could feel my hands because they feel so like soft and lovely. They're already so much better. So there's a couple other things I want to talk about that I like to do to really moisturize if I'm feeling quite dry. You can get one of these Aveeno repairing hand masks. I really like these for, you know, in a pinch, or if you're like traveling, it's really nice and you don't want to like take anything, but you're gonna do a little bit more than just putting like moisturizer on. These are good. I also like, if you have really, really cracky cuticles, if your cuticles are really, really bad and your skin is just dry and painful, maybe if you have, listen, I'm not a doctor. None of these things can I say are gonna cure anything. I can only tell you what works for me, what helps my hands get better, what's helped my psoriasis that I have on my hands, but I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what's gonna heal you. I don't know. That said, what I can say is if my hands are especially like really dry, which they feel really good right now after that coconut oil and sugar, I just want to keep rubbing them. They feel so good. But one of my favorite things to do if I've got time to do it overnight and I can like stand it is I'll take Aquaphor. I love Aquaphor. It's great. It's super good for healing. And a pair of gloves, some knit gloves that you can just wash. And then obviously just get some from fucking Walmart or something. They're like $3-4, whatever. So you take you take your Aquaphor, just really pack it in on your cuticle line or any spots that might be especially dry, or just like your whole hands, just put it on. Then put the gloves on and then go to sleep. Sleep with the gloves on, with the Aquaphor with the gloves, go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, take a shower, do your normal thing, wash your hands, whatever. Your hands will feel so good. They'll feel so good. And if you do that, if you have like some really serious like things going on, not serious things going on, but if you have some issues going on, some cracks and stuff, I promise you that'll help. Well, I can't promise you anything. I'm not a doctor, so again, I can't promise you anything, but it'll help. Okay, and then two other like moisturizing things that I really, really enjoy, and I've talked about this before, is the Diplomatic Butter Balm. Can you see it? I love this stuff. This stuff is really good. It's like Aquaphor in that it's kind of like greasy, I would say at first, but it really does soak into your hands and it feels so good, and it's this stuff is great. I really, really like it. And then my favorite thing to like take with me like out, if I need something that's gonna just soak into my hands real quick that I can put on, this is my favorite, guys. Have you used this before? I love this stuff. It's pretty cheap too. And I really like the way it smells. And it just comes in this little can like this. You can just rub it on your finger and then rub it into your skin. Boom, boom, we're good to go. I think it works wonderfully and it just like goes right into your skin. No worries. It smells delicious. Okay. So that is all of my moisturizing nail strengthening tips. I think my nails look pretty good right now. I don't know what's going on with that nail, but that's okay. I think they look pretty all right. Yeah. So let's get into what I do with my cuticles. All right, let's talk about cuticles, guys. Okay, so as far as cuticles go, I push back my cuticles maybe once a week. I try not to push my cuticles back more often than that because I find that you don't need to push your cuticles back that much. If your skin is getting inflamed, if your skin is getting red, if your skin is feeling hurting, you're being way too violent with your finger skin. Your cuticle, I'm going to throw up a diagram in here so that you can see. I think people get confused between your cuticle and your proximal nail fold, and they're pushing their skin back way too much. This is your skin, guys. This is not your cuticle. This part, that's your skin. Your cuticle is what is on your nail, and then the little white ridge that runs, when you get it pushed back, it's that little white ridge that runs along your nail. Okay, for me, I push my cuticle off of my nail bed so that I can get a good suction onto my nail. But I don't cut that ridge at all because I find that it gives me hangnails. And I don't know if you guys used to go to the salon, but when I used to go to the salon and get my nails done, they always cut my cuticles. I always got hangnails. I never get hangnails anymore. So what I like to do when I push back my cuticles, sometimes I will use cuticle remover. Oh my gosh, that was open. But most of the time, I will just push my cuticle back. And a lot of times, I like to use my own nail to push my cuticle back. Like I said, I used to use the cuticle pusher that I got off Amazon, but I found it to be too strong. I also have this Revlon one, but I find it to be too wide. I've used orange sticks, but I don't find them to be very effective. This is probably one of the more effective tools that I have found for pushing my cuticles back. This is like a pumice stone, and this is like a sharp end. And I got this from Cuticle Candy. And I just find that it kind of buffs my nail, which is great also to get the cuticle off. But it's not, if I'm being real gentle, I'm not messing up my skin at all, which I love. And I mean, look how good that cuticle line is. I mean, is there some white stuff in there? Absolutely. Can you cut that off? Why would you cut that off? I mean, it's so little that when I put cuticle oil on, you're not going to see it at all. And as long as my skin is hydrated, it's not even that big of a deal. So let's push back some more of my cuticles. So, okay, you see that? You can see some white stuff. So I take the pumice, buff that off of my nail. Oops, sorry guys. I'm trying to bring you in close, but that means that You're not really seeing what I'm doing for the most part. Buff that off the nail. My other favorite thing to do when I'm doing my nails is I'll use a polar block and I'll just buff on my skin very gently and on just like the base of my nail, very, very gently. Just to clean all of that up. Okay, now I know what you're saying, but look at the ridge. True, but you know what? I'm not cutting my skin. It's there for a reason. So that would be a perfect time for you to cut your skin off if you wanted to. Personally, I'd rather just take some cuticle oil. Oil it up. Okay, let's do another nail. Now, if you have a problem with weakness of your nails, maybe you shouldn't buff your nails like at all. My nails are obviously they're weak sometimes because I do break them, but they're not so weak that I worry about using them to push back my cuticle.
So what'd you guys think of that video? Did you find it helpful? Was there parts of it that you may or may not use? Did you find it informative? Did you like this video? Did you enjoy it? Those people who have been asking for a cuticle video, is this what you were asking for? Did you want something different? I'm not really sure. I know that I didn't do any dip powder in this video, but I feel like I do kind of show what I do when it comes to dipping and buffing and filing all the time, but like my prep and like how I get my cuticles there in the first place, I don't usually show. So there you go. This is what I do. It's not a lot. I don't do a lot to my cuticles. I don't think that you should do a lot to your cuticles. I don't push my cuticles back between dips. I don't, do any of that stuff because again, the space between your nail bed and your cuticle, it's really important to like keep that together because that keeps infection out and keeps your nails healthy, and that is the important part. I've been dipping for 2.5, almost 3 years, and I've never had any fungus. I've never had a greenie. I've never had an infection. I've never even had inflamed. I've had some like red cuticles when I've tried new things, but my cuticles have been pretty fucking healthy since I've been dipping. And I attribute that to basically leaving them alone, letting them be cuticles because that's what they are. So, yeah, leave me a comment down below if there's something else that you want to see, or if you want me to expand on this video, if you want me to go in more in depth in my dipping and what I do to keep my cuticles clean. Let me know in the comments. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you next week. Bye! Did I wash my hair today? I don't know. Why am I always concerned about my hair in like these videos? I'm like, make sure to talk about your hair, Rachel, because that's what people are here for. Also, I did my makeup like 8 hours ago, and
don't feel like redoing it. So that's that. I look pretty busted, but that's okay.